In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 major reasons why people struggle to quit vaping nicotine, quit smoking weed, quit watching adult media content, quit drinking alcohol, really breaking any addiction, and why that's so hard for some people. And look, I'm sharing the information in today's video with a lot of empathy and understanding, even though it's not going to seem that way, because I'm someone who personally struggled with addiction to nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, all things that our programs now help people quit. If you like today's video, be sure to click the links in the pinned comment and the links in the video description to learn more about our paid and free program resources, or just follow along. I put out content literally every week about addiction recovery. We're also going to discuss some of these books too along the way today. So 3 reasons why people can't quit vaping, smoking, watching porn, whatever, overeating. One is it is rooted in cluelessness. 2 is rooted in ignorance. And then the third reason is rooted in laziness, or maybe I'll say fear. Okay? So the first reason why is people don't ask for help. That's it. People don't ask. There are tens of thousands, if not millions of people every year who overcome some form of addiction. Addiction to pills, addiction to cigarettes, addiction to pornography, addiction to gambling, right? There's thousands of people out there who have beat this thing that is addiction. Find those people, ask those people what worked for them, and then apply what worked for them and see if it works for you. Now, the first step to that is finding those people and asking them what worked for them. If I wanted to build a YouTube channel, which I've done, I didn't just do it out of the blue. I asked people who knew what they were doing when it came to building YouTube channels, how they did it. Addiction recovery and quitting smoking, quitting vaping, quitting pornography, quitting gambling, this is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun when it comes to addiction recovery and when it comes to quitting drugs and getting sober. It's been done before, many, many times, in fact. And it's been done and accomplished in multiple different ways, right? People's paths to do so might have looked a little different. But step 1, reason number 1 why people struggle is because they're clueless. They don't take the time to ask someone who is either A, qualified to talk about it, or B, who has experienced it themselves and come out on the other side successfully. So step 1, don't be clueless. Find people who have accomplished whatever it is you're looking to accomplish and ask them how they did it. Ask them what's worked for them. Now, I always say that first step with a grain of salt because sometimes in the addiction recovery space, people are like so convinced that what they did is the only way that's going to work. Don't talk to that person. Talk to the person who's going to give you general advice about what worked for them in a very non-judgmental, just kind of offering type of way. Okay? Step 1. Step 2, this is where people fall short. People will ask, but then they don't actually listen, right? So someone's trying to quit smoking cigarettes and they ask someone, hey, Joe, how did you quit? And Joe says, I used a 7 milligram patch, or I used Dr. Frank's Kick It Crave Less chewing gum, which is a chewing gum we make on our channel to help people quit drugs. You can find that right below on YouTube Shopping. But then the person who asked doesn't actually listen. They don't bother, using a nicotine patch. They don't bother trying our chewing gum. They don't bother listening. The person says, oh, working out and walking really helped me. They don't bother trying it. They asked, they got the information, but they weren't actually listening to the person. And that brings me right into my third point, which is laziness. After you ask the questions, listen to the information and absorb the information being told and try and gather as much information as possible, right? Then you actually have to apply it. And this is where I think a majority of people fall short. People won't hesitate to ask me. People won't hesitate to listen to me. But then when it comes to the application of the things that I'm saying, I've noticed over years of coaching people on addiction recovery, that's where people fall short. They don't actually apply things. And I get it, right? I was once addicted to nicotine, cannabis, adult media content, all this stuff, binge drinking heavily on the weekends. When you're constantly under the influence, it's kind of hard as to follow through on things, right? So it's not really shocking to me that when I was smoking a lot, drinking a lot, watching adult media content a lot, that I didn't really have the motivation or the drive to follow through. Like, shocker, the guy smoking weed all the time, watching adult media content and hopped up on nicotine all day doesn't have any follow through. Big surprise there, right? So those are the three reasons why I think people really struggle to quit drugs. And people are out there searching to reinvent the wheel, reinvent the cycle, looking for something new under the sun, whatever phrase you want to use. And you don't have to do that. Quitting cigarettes has been done before. Quitting vaping has been done before. People have quit drinking before. People have quit taking opioids before. People have quit watching porn before. People have quit overeating and lost weight before. There's not a mystery to this stuff. There are very real solutions that real tangible people have applied in their everyday life and succeeded with. Find those people, ask them what they did, listen, pay attention very closely and listen to what they're saying, and then go and apply those steps and see if they work for you. And if they don't work for you, repeat that process until you find something that works. And I don't just say this stuff. I'll give you an example. So who did I listen to? I read books, okay? One of the first books I read was Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Smoking, to Quit Vaping, okay? I actually read his Quit Smoking book first. But when I read these books, I actually read them. Like, I highlighted, I legitimately paid attention to the things that I was reading. I wasn't just lackadaisically reading this. I was highlighting, I was taking notes, I was thinking about it, I was changing my mindset. Okay? Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Vaping, an incredible book. The Freedom Model from Addiction and the Recovery Trap. I put links to all these books in the video description on Amazon. I get a small affiliate commission on Amazon when you use those links, but if you do, I appreciate it. Incredible book. Long book. Incredible book. You can get this on audiobook. You can get this on audiobook. Same thing though. I actually took time. I read the book. I highlighted in the book. I've interviewed the authors on this book on my channel. I listened. Now, also the book Rational Recovery by Jack Trimpey, I would highly recommend. It gives a lot of tips, tricks, and techniques to snap out of those cravings and things. But then you have to apply the things that you read in the books, and that's where people fall short. People will read The Easy Way. They'll read The Freedom Model. They'll read Rational Recovery. Some people will be ignorant and they won't listen to what's being said in there. They're reading it, but they're not paying attention to it. And then other people will just be lazy. They won't implement the techniques that they've learned from books, from videos, from other individuals out there who have done it before them, whatever it is they're trying to accomplish, right? When I opened up my chiropractic practice, I had business mentors. When I started my YouTube business, I had business mentors. When we launched our chewing gum, Kick It, Crave Less Chewing Gum, an incredible gum product to help you quit smoking, vaping, drinking. You can find it right on YouTube Shopping. We have a 30-count bottle, which is a 2-week supply. A 90-count bottle, which is a month supply. It takes about a month to rebalance dopamine. And then we have a 3-month supply, 3 90-count bottles of Kick It, Crave Less chewing gum, which 90 days is the gold standard for creating new habits and overcoming addictions. That's why we sell it in those quantities. Look for it below. You save money the more you buy with it. I had a small investment from an investor friend who was kind of more like a mentor to start that company because I've never done something like that before. And then I listen to the things that they tell me. So if you're struggling to quit, look, we also have, you can do one-on-one Q&A calls. I offer a 2-hour session, a mindset kind of session when it comes to quitting this stuff. That session has a money-back guarantee because it's a bit more expensive. And then we have a $27 a month Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching School community. Okay, we got about 66 members in there of people who are successfully quitting, who have successfully quit, and who are in the process of struggling to quit using substances. Join that community. We do live calls in there. I talk with you directly in the DMs and answer your questions. Join it. Ask me questions. Ask community members questions. See what's working for other people and not working for other people. But just apply whatever it is you do. Commit to something or commit to doing nothing. The choice is yours at the end of the day, okay? And I truly, even though I might have not sounded it, I am truly empathetic and I truly wish you the best of luck and the most success at quitting or overcoming whatever addiction it is you're struggling with. There are tons of resources here on this channel to help, and there are millions of other resources out there. You have to start looking, you have to start paying attention, and you have to start implementing. And I promise you will succeed just like the millions of other people who have before you. Best of luck until next time.